Good morning. It's Friday. We made it to Friday. How are you? How was the week for you? It was a week, wasn't it? I'm off today. In fact, I'm off for the next 4 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Not scheduled at my other job. In fact, my other job, I'm only scheduled one other shift. It's prom season. Don't need very many bars in the banquet industry for prom season, which is understandable. How'd you manage through the week? Did your job do you in? Mine did, and I was only there 3 days. How was that? How was that possible? Was reading this morning. Are you quiet quitting? Are you quietly crashing? Are you quietly burning out? How's your mental state with your job? How are you doing if you are in a consumer and service-based industry? I'm Kitryn Marie. I reside in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm an artist, writer, speaker, life and a business coach, teach a variety of art and communication classes. I teach and mentor creative-minded women who want to lean out of 9 to 5 because corporate structure is no longer working for them, and they want to learn to monetize their hobbies, their gifts, their talents. And if you see me kind of look out the corner of my eye, I live on a T, and people love to stop at the T and stare right into my house. And this is like my spot, my chair. Girls are in their crate, Nellie's on the couch, my cat's sitting right here next to me. Bits has got a cold. Just stay over there. It's cold here in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm contemplating my day because the customer base that I have having to deal with is more than my mental capacity can comprehend. It's been chilly here. You know, when everybody wants to jump a season, and because everybody, I suppose, works in their little office, people forget manners. People forget what it's like to, be amongst other people outside of their little bubble. It's been a lot. But what are you doing this weekend? What are you doing this weekend? I thought about putting another vision board together because I really want to start teaching again. That's my go-to when everything else in the world is kind of falling apart. I feel like if I can teach, if I can educate, if I can show people how to live another way of life, maybe we can get back to some homeostasis part of life, because life has not been the same since 2020, and here we are 6 years later, and it's not any better. We very much are returning to a stay-at-home culture by choice, because dealing with the general public is too much. Trying to think highlights of the restaurant industry this week. There were none. Although I did finish planting yesterday, got all my crotons in my big planters, got my sweet potato vines, some wild geraniums, and some traditional geraniums in big pots. So that is done. So when the owner of the restaurant gets back into town and he comes in, he can see the fruits of my labor. But teaching, I'm going to talk a little bit about business coaching this morning. Because like I said, in the service and the consumer world, people are off their rockers. They're so frustrated with life, and because they have forgotten how to talk to other humans, they take it out on the wrong people. And the entitlement, because they want something now, and they want it the way they want it, and they don't want to pay for the way that they want it. So what do you do if you're on the other side having to deal with that customer base? What's your gift? What's your talent? If I asked you to list 10 things about yourself, what would you list? You would give me your name. You would tell me what you do for a living now. You would tell me you were a mother, sister, brother, a husband. But what could you tell me about who you are based on a gift and a talent that you could learn to make money off of? What is your creative talent? What have you learned through schooling, experiences, adventures that you could turn around, you could list all those things, and you could see all those things that you were really good at? And then how would you describe all those things? Give me good adjectives to describe those 10 things. And then if I asked you to put it in a vision board, what would it look like? What does your dream life look like? How could you make money off of that dream life? With what you have to work with if you are starting with nothing. Because that's how I started my teaching. I didn't have any money. I had ingenuity. I had a creative side. I have a brain that thinks very logically when it comes to business strategy. I have school behind me. I've had my hand in food and beverage for a million years. I've learned that pivot. Common sense is a given with me. Intelligence. I listen to people. I pick their brain. I took all that and put it into a business. Because it's important when you are teaching that you listen to what your people, your students, your clients, your customers, what they are wanting to achieve in that learning structure, with the tools that they have to work with. They want to know how to make money. What can they do to lean out of the miserable environment that they have made to believe that they need to stay in? What motivates you? I need to be purpose-filled. I need to know that I have purpose. I need to know that whatever it is that I am doing, somebody is actually benefiting, not taking advantage of me, because I will turn around and I will walk away. I will be done. I know what it's like to be used. I know what it's like to be abused. I know what it's like to be the one at somebody else's expense because they are trying to get something over on you. I know those feelings. So as I am teaching and I am asking, what is it you are wanting out of your life? And what can you do that you will have passion, you will have purpose, you will have a mission? You know, what does your money look like right now? And how much of it do you need in order to survive? I figure, just randomly, $3,200 a month is what I need to make life work for me at the stage in life that I am at the state of the world, with the cost of gas and utilities and mortgage rates that keep going up, so on and so forth. $3,200. Do you know what you need to survive? Do you know what you can do based on knowing you need that income, you need that output in order for you to live a very decent life? And that's just bare minimum. Aren't you tired of bare minimum? Aren't you tired of just going to work, working for somebody else? Repetitive. Same cycle, same hamster wheel. You're not getting anything out of it, and that money that you were earning, it's not enough to pay for anything that you want. You are living below bare minimum. Wouldn't you like to learn how to do something different? Wouldn't you like to learn how to take all those tools that you are equipped with and find those learning curves that you can do something better, so you have purpose and passion, love what you do, and the money follows? I loved having my hands in the dirt this week at work. I didn't want to wait on another customer because customers have lost their mind. In order to run a successful business, you need to have a better caliber of human beings who are coming to your business. Who are you attracting into your business, and what can you do to make your clientele, your customers, better individuals? You want your customers, your clients, your students, you want them to be able to benefit off of the service that you are offering, and you also want them to be willing to pay for that wonderful experience, that knowledge that they are gaining, that moment where they are trying to just enjoy life, because life is not very enjoyable right now. If you take one of my business coaching classes, it's $95. It's a 3-hour class. You can come here, I can come to you. It is a private class. You know, even if you are taking a life coaching class, which is $65, we talk about where have you been? How did you even end up in the environment that you are? Who are your biggest influences, and are you still associating with those influences? Have you not learned that when you succumb to that group of 5, you're not branching out, you're not growing, you're not evolving? You want to be creative? Let's take a painting class. Let's really step outside of that logical world that you've been made to believe that you need to stay in 24/7. Let's talk about color theory. Let's talk about that right brain, left brain, because if you do not learn how to be creative, the logical side of your life never, ever works. The painting class is $48 a person. It is a group class. You must have a minimum of 12. Your friends, I bring all the supplies. You pick your theme. It is a fun, entertaining few hours of just watching the paint dry. So I'm sitting here this morning thinking about all the things I'm going to do today. I'll work in the yard. The yard is like muddy and wet, and I don't really have anything else to plant. I might run over to Lowe's, look in their clearance section. I can always buy a couple plants. I think I want to go get my nails done maybe today. Run over to the thrift store. Need to do my floors. Today I'm taking a day for me, trying to wind down from the week. New strategies, new plans, getting back to who I am and the business that I started, 2013. A business I had up and running and that was very functioning till 2021. The world has not been right since 2020. Are you noticing it? Are you recognizing it? Are you quiet quitting, or are you quietly crashing out in the industry that you were working. I'd love to be able to show you and teach you how to veer out of what you do. Learn how to teach. Take that skill and that talent. We have a much younger generation who cannot fight their way out of a wet paper bag. If you know you have a gift, a talent, and you can monetize what you love to do, let me show you how to do it. I am in St. Louis, Missouri. I am Kitryn Marie. I'm an artist, a writer, speaker, life and a business coach, teach a variety of art and communication classes, published author, When He Had Her, available on Amazon. Be happy, be blessed, be thankful for everything. Remember, fate turns on a dime, and it is up to you to decide what side of that coin you want to be on. Enjoy your day. Do something for yourself today. Step outside of that job that you do 24/7 that lives in your brain and just think, what else would you like to do? What else would you like to learn to do? What can you tap into within yourself that's going to make you a much happier individual, making more money, not working for the man, knowing there's no limit on that ceiling. There is no cap. But y'all take care, and I'll see you real soon. Enjoy your day. Bye.